Are you new to the keto diet? Are you dairy free? Well, if so, here's the perfect breakfast muffin for you. We're going to start with our hickory smoked bacon. I got my bacon from Walmart, but you can get yours from anywhere that you shop. Or we're going to use 6 strips to line the cups. It is important that we put oil or no stick spray in the pan so that the muffins do not stick to the edges of the pan. I forgot to add no stick spray to mine, and you'll see later how they stuck to the pan. I ended up doing the recipe once and I forgot to add Pam or olive oil, and it stuck so bad that I just had to throw away the pan. There was just no salvaging it. So that is a lesson learned. Now I used 1 whole strip of bacon for each cup, but you can use more or less as you like. I found that 1 strip works best for my recipes for this. The best part about bacon is that you can never have enough of it. Now, I like my bacon crispy. How do you like yours? In this recipe, if you wanted it a little bit more crispy, I would cook it a little bit, just a hair, before you put it into the pan. That will make it so that it's a little bit more crispier at the end, and you'll see why. The best part about these egg muffins is that they're really versatile. If you want to add more sausage to it, or if you want to add more bacon or any other form of protein, you can, and it'll boost up that protein profile. The only thing is you need to make sure that whatever you do add to it, it will fit with the eggs and the bacon and the cheese. If not, it will run over and spill and make a mess. Don't ask me how I know. Cheese. Isn't cheese so good? It goes with literally anything. Well, for today's recipe, we're going to be using Daiya cheddar cheese. We usually buy ours from Publix. It is right next to our gym, so we go about once a week to see if it's on sale. Usually about once a month, it is on sale, buy one, get one at Publix. We have found that Daiya cheese works best for this recipe, but you can use whatever dairy-free cheese you would like for this recipe. For the base of the quiche, we are going to use a whole egg per quiche muffin. If you would like to use more filler on the inside, I would suggest using half of an egg, but that is up to you. You can make adjustments as needed. If you would also like to cut down on the calorie content, you could use egg whites, but it is really important to use a whole egg because it will help bind everything together. Once you've assembled all of your ingredients into the pan, I took and cooked mine in an air fryer at 350 degrees for about 18 minutes. After the alarm went off and I went and got it out of the air fryer, I put it here on the table. Make sure you have a hot mat underneath of your pan so that it does not melt whatever surface it's on. Then I used a toothpick to check each of the eggs. If any of the eggs sticks to the toothpick, then it needs to be cooked for a little bit longer. You can take off the ones that are done out of the pan if you would like. I left mine in there to crisp up the bacon a little bit more, so I put it back in the toaster oven for a few more minutes just so that that last one would be cooked all the way through. Once the quiche is done, take it out of the air fryer and put it back on your hot mats. I had already taken out a tray to put them on. I should have put parchment paper down to make sure that they don't stick to it, because once we are done checking these and putting them onto the tray, we are going to take them and put them into the freezer to freeze individually so that we can put them in a bag later on and they will not freeze together. Now, as you can tell, because I did not spray the pans or put oil in the pan, they are giving me a little bit of trouble, and that bacon is sticking a little bit, and so is the egg. So it's important to put the oil or spray in the pan before you do it. I should make a video series of what not to do in the kitchen because I would be a professional at it. While you're taking off the eggs, make sure that they are separate from each other. They're not touching, because if they are touching, when they're freezing, they will clump together and they'll freeze together, and you will not be able to separate them, or you'll have about half of a chunk of one piece and then a chunk and a half of another. Put it in the freezer for about half an hour. Half an hour later, I took them out of the freezer and they were frozen. So I took them off the tray and put them in this bag right here. Because I did not use parchment paper, it stuck to the bottom of the tray as well, and there was little chunks of it left. It wasn't as bad as it could be, but I learned for next time. As I'm taking them out, you'll see that as I close the bag, I forget to take out the air. So I take out the air so that there's no air in there and it's easier to store it, and it keeps it from getting freezer burn. So I close the bag and I'm gonna put it in the freezer. All right. Well, if you enjoyed that video, we'll see you in the next one.